Aloha! I'm Aaron Cummings from Aloha Church, Lihui, Kauai, and I'll be giving a short presentation on the Old Testament, which is God's revelation of Himself to us. The Old Testament, or in the Hebrew is called the Tanakh, with the letters T and K, it is divided up into three parts. The T is for Torah, or the law, the N, the Nevi'im, or the prophets, and the K, the Ketuvim, which are the writings. If we look at the letter T, Torah, or the law, this includes books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. The N, the Nevi'im, or the prophets, include the books of Joshua, Judges, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and the 12 prophets. For the letter K, Ketuvim, or the writings, it contains these books: the Psalms, Proverbs, Job, Song of Solomon, Ruth, Lamentations, Esther, Daniel, Ezra, Nehemiah, and 1st and 2nd Chronicles. In Psalms 19:1, it says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims His handiwork." Creation testifies to the glory of God, and as God uses different authors for different books, He invites us to hear His story, which we call history. Some have said that the God of the Old Testament is an angry God, and not one of love, grace, and mercy, and that He makes so many rules that stifle our living. I would say that is a false statement, and those that make such a claim have never read the Old Testament. Proverbs 14:12 says, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death." In Deuteronomy 6:45, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength." And when Jesus was asked what is the greatest commandment, He quoted this scripture, that we should love the Lord our God with everything that we got. Jesus also quoted Leviticus 19:18. "Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against any of your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord." So Jesus gave them not one, but two commandments: to love God with all of our being and to love others as ourselves. So we can rightfully ask the question, how are we to love God and love people? Well, the practical way of doing this is found in the Old Testament. Yes, it is found in the book of Exodus chapter 20. This is how we are to love God. "We shall have no other gods before Him. We shall not make for ourselves a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. We shall not bow down to them to serve them. We shall not lift up the name of the Lord our God in emptiness, for the Lord will not hold you guiltless who lifts up His name in emptiness." His name must not be a common word. In a legal context, making oaths and taking them lightly is what's talked about here. And also it's used without profound thought, to just use it frivolously. We're not to police this, but personalize it more. Remember to keep the Sabbath holy, because of creation and because of redemption. Next, we can look at how we are to love our neighbor, or love other people. We can honor our parents, making provisions for them when they are old. We should not be committing murder, intentional, deliberate taking of life, because every human life bears the image of God. We should not commit adultery. We should be content with our spouses and really enjoy our marriages. We should not be taking something that is not ours. And we should not be lying. We should tell the truth. We should not bear false witness. And we shall not covet, shall not overwhelmingly desire that makes us clutch and grasp things that don't belong to us. Though the Old Testament is a compilation of ancient writing, it is very relevant today because people are constantly looking for things that are true and trustworthy. They yearn for more love, grace, and mercy, and it is found in the Ten Commandments. When we love God, it enables us to love our fellow man. When we understand and receive His grace and mercy, only then are we able to extend that to our fellow man. Are the Ten Commandments rules? Yes, they are, but without any rules, you do not have freedom. You actually have chaos. You see, the Old Testament provides structure whereby we can enjoy God's love, grace, and mercy, something He has always wanted for mankind from the beginning of time. Thank you for listening. Aloha.